you can see here, we are looking at the Knowledge Center right now on the Wings website. You find this in the Research Center link on the left. You can go straight to the Knowledge Center. Right, you have 267 resources are available. And if you want to search those resources or filter them, you actually just click on this Show button and can get a bunch of different options on how to search the Knowledge Center. You can do by organization that's published the work, by the area that's being addressed or covered in the work, or by publication date. Take you into looking at an organization's research. So go to the Applied Research Center's work. We'll just click search. That for the Applied Research Center, we have one piece of work called Shortchanged, Foundation Giving in Communities of Color. You see the paper out by clicking on View Abstract right here from this screen, and it gives a short summary of what the paper addresses. Or you can get info by clicking info. In the basic but important metadata about the publication, who published it, when it was published, what copyrights apply, what area is covered or addressed by the paper. You can browse within the page, or clicking full screen on the viewer, you just view the entire document right here and read it on screen. On the page, you'll see that you have a couple of download link options. You can download this work from a publisher, or use an alternative download, pulling it from our server. But basically allows you to just save the document to your desktop so that you can read it later on. A short summary of what you can actually access in terms of the Knowledge Center. But the Knowledge Center isn't just about, the Center isn't just about what you can find. It's also a tool for everybody in the Wings network to share their research as well. So easily share your piece of research or a resource or a case study, something that you're learning through the work that you're doing every day, with a much broader network than you have access to, either locally or through your own website. So a piece of research as a Wings network member, it goes to different places and reaches a couple of different audiences with single action. To add it to the system, first of all, it will, and Daniela will be alerted to the fact that a Wings member has added a piece of research to the collection and would like to have it displayed in the Wings website. It automatically happens when you add it. And it gets included in the Wings website. It then gets shared with 150 different grant maker organizations and networks. And then, you know, obviously the power of that is that people can then, within those networks, further with their own constituents. This is that when we add a piece of knowledge to the Knowledge Center, it also is shared automatically with Issue Lab. It meets a couple of pretty basic criteria. So most of the work that you all would want to share would probably end up in the Issue Lab database as well. What's about that is that we are sort of a conduit to a bunch of other channels and platforms. Sending your piece of work to a single Knowledge Center, it automatically gets shared through Issue Lab with the Foundation Center's users, with our users, through social media channels such as Facebook and Twitter, and with our data partners who automatically harvest research from our collection. I'm going to take a moment now. I'm going to hand over the steering wheel to her, and she'll show you, just walk you through the process of what it would mean to add your research to the Knowledge Center.
This is Lisa. Okay, what I'm going to do is kind of start off as if you already have an account and it's ready for you to add some of your work to. So what you would do is again to your log out and log us in. Okay. What happens is you would log into your account, which, first of all, and find this login tab up here in the corner. Click into that. All right, so log in, and we just have a kind of a test login here. And my password, log in. What happens is you would land in your contributor account. So for this example, my group is called Global Local Connections, and this is my account on IssueLab. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I'll come back to what's going on here in a second, but I'm just going to click into Add Reach to show you it's a pretty straightforward, quick process to do. The first screen that you're going to see in the Create a Listing scenario is just letting you know that you know, to use Firefox, Internet Explorer, or Chrome. If you're on a PC, if you're using a Macintosh to work with this system, Chrome is still your best bet. So we're going to get started. All right, screen you're going to come upon is it's called certification screen. And basically, what this is doing is it's letting you tell us that you have the right to share this work. So this is kind of our first kind of way to make sure that everything that is being shared through Wings and is being shared through IssueLab is actually we have the right to be sharing it. So you're giving us permission to do that. So in this instance, what you're going to do is say, my organization has the right to reproduce and distribute copies of this research, or whatever it is. It can be a presentation, it can be a Word document, whatever it is. I'm just going to do a little name saying I'm the person that's saying you have the right, and my affiliation, and I'm just going to put this, let's see, I like this as a test. We'll do that. You would put something like, maybe you're the, you know, policy director at your organization, so you might just put that down. You can put whatever I see you. So I'm going to continue. And is a title search. So we just want to make sure that we're not, you know, adding something that's already in the system. So here, I'm going to put something that I know isn't in the system, like in fact, we'll do that right. There we go. Search for duplicate. And down, which is why we've got a nice little green check mark here. And now we've moved to the upload screen. I'm actually not going to do an upload right now because it might take a little more time than we want, depending on the file. You have two options. One is to upload a file, and this works the way you think it would work. You choose a file, and it's going to give you the file. You get a little window that lets you access your network or your computer to find the file that you want. Then you're able to add some notes. Typically, what people will hear is, let's say that you have a hard copy that people can order of the, you know, that replicates the file that you're uploading. You might put a phone number or an email, something like that. Also, you can add a link directly to that resource where it lives on your server. So you've got a few options in addition to just uploading a file. I'm going to actually just use this nothing to upload form because I don't have anything to upload right now. So I'm going to just kind of do a little phony thing. So I'm just going to URL as if I were linking to this resource on my website, let's say. So I'm going to hit next. That now we're done with uploading, and we're going to start working with the listing details. So this is where you're going to all of the descriptive information about this you're going to be sharing through Wings and possibly through IssueLab. So first of all, it pre-populates. We did adding a title for Wings is our title, and that's what we'll stay with that. You're going to add author information, which is just separated author name. So I'm going to just show you that this actually will pre-populate for you. So let's say that Hal is one of our authors. I'll add myself. I don't think I'm in here. I better not be. No, I'm not. So you can see, just add a new name if you don't find it in the drop-down menu. I'll do it quickly in a publication date. That ought to work. But so you know, we've got, you know, a whole host of different languages that can be up to any resource, but we'll stick with this for this one. If there are funders that have funded this particular work that you're uploading, you can, you know, add them. Again, this is going to be pre-populated, so let's say that the name is, you know, the John E. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation. You can add it here. It's add as many as you want. If an or an ISSN number associated with your work, the gray boxes, by the way, are just optional. So you don't have to add a funder, you don't have to add an ISBN, but you have to have a title, a publication date. You need to select an issue area. We've got, I think it's about 35 issue areas. You have to have at least one, but we let you choose up to, we'll do nonprofits and philanthropy, up to 3. So these other 2 are optional. You can also keyword your work. That's optional, but you know, we'll keyword this as community. Let's see, yeah, community foundations. So also continue to add other words that are in there. I can't think of any words right at the moment that might not be in there. We have a lot of keywords. So here's where you would enter a thing of the work. A lot of people will just copy and paste from the actual work. You know, maybe it's the introduction or an overview. They might just put in key findings. It's whatever, however you want to do it. We're very open to, you know, letting you handle that. But that is a required field, so I'm just going to put pending in here for now. And then you're going to choose, we're almost done with the screen, you're going to choose an audience. And like for this one, it's grant makers and funders. You can choose as many as you want. I will say that typically if we approve each and every one of these for Issue Lab, and if you've chosen a single one, we will go through and maybe edit that a little bit. But typically people will just choose, you know, 2, 3, 4 audiences as well. You can tell us what this work is. So it might just be a case study, use as many as you want, and it's also, let's say, a white paper. And then you have the option to, this is optional, choose a geographic coverage for the work. So let's say that this work is all about, just choose Africa. We've got we've got geographic tags for a whole, I don't even know how many places, but it's like over 1,000. So and if it's not in there, you can add it just like you could with funders or keywords. And this is just I don't think we've ever had anybody say no, don't share my work. This is just a quick little tag to let us know that, you know, you want to get the maximum exposure for what you're sharing. Fine, we'll do it for you. So I click next. And with this ad, which obviously when you're not talking through the ad, it goes much quicker than it does as I'm doing it right now. So here you have an opportunity to choose the kind of license that you want for this work. We pre-populate kind of your traditional, you know, all rights reserved type license that just, this is you know, the big thing that most everybody, this kind of what is applied to any work once you commit paper. The other choice that you have is, in addition to this copyright, you can use a Creative Commons license. If you don't know a lot about Creative Commons, we've got some links here that, you know, give you a little more information about, you know, use Creative Commons, why you might want to use Creative Commons. I really highly recommend this Want to Work Together video that they've produced, because it walks you through, and it's entertaining, walks you through exactly what a Creative Commons license can do for you. But in a nutshell, what it can do for you is help you to describe to any of your users what is it that they can do with your work. So you can let them know that you're fine with them using this in commercial purposes or not. You can you're fine with them modifying the work. As long as they let others modify the work that they've modified, and it lets you describe where the license can be applied. So you have a lot of different Creative Commons has offices all over the world. They have licenses that cover the world. So just one option for you. We're going to just choose this rights reserved one for now. And that's it. Listing's been added. So we've done the certification, we've searched the title, we uploaded, if indeed we uploaded or added a link, provide some details about this work that we're working with, and put a license on it, and we're done. So here's all the work that we just did. You can go in and you can edit any of these areas that we've just completed. So, just by clicking in, you'll recognize that it's the exact same form, but it's pre-populated. So I'll show you one other thing here, which is what you could do another right away, or let's see. So, and you'll see that we've got a couple of titles in here. And from this screen, again, you can add, or you can go into, I think I added this one, the listing created. Maybe you realize you've got a typo, or you want to add an author name, and you just want to go in and tidy it up. You can get right to that edit screen at any time by clicking into edit. So that's really all there is to adding and editing a listing. I'll turn this back to Gabi. And by the way, of course, if you have any questions about that process or about creating an account or any of the technical details, we're both here to answer those questions during this webinar. But I'm going to turn this back to Gabi now to complete our part of the presentation.
Thanks, Lisa.
You're welcome.
Okay, so that wasn't show you because we were working actually in a test account there, is that one of the great things about not only being able to share your work through the Knowledge Center system, but you're also able to track viewership for your work. So this is just a screenshot from another organization that's actually sharing their knowledge through IssueLab. And you see that they can view by month, by year, and by listing exactly how many people have viewed a listing and then have downloaded it. This is a really good, this is a really useful tool in terms of being able to see sort of what titles are resonating with your audience, and what just aren't getting the kind of attention that you want, that you may be able to promote in other ways. That we want to mention is that on just being able to access the knowledge in the Knowledge Center, and also being able to share your own knowledge through the Knowledge Center in the way that Lisa just described, there's one more way that you can make use of the Knowledge Center, and that is, especially given sort of the results that we got from people's polls, that only 38% of you actually have a Knowledge Center on your website. A really simple way for you to actually syndicate the knowledge that's in the Wings Knowledge Center in your own website. We just mocked something up here for the European Foundation Center, sort of behind their back, so it isn't real, but it should give you an idea of how this works. You'll see at the top of the screen, there's just a single line of code that that your developer or your web person or whoever you have help maintain your website to drop into the page. And what it does is that you'll see here that it brings in the recently added titles from the Wings Knowledge Center directly into your own website. So this is then a way to easily syndicate content to provide your website users with content that you may not have the capacity to develop on your own. But as a Wings member, you're able to sort of piggyback on the Knowledge Center. So they get to view the latest titles added, and then when they click, they go to the Knowledge Center. So that's about it. That's the short tour. We will follow up, with Danielle and Anna. We can send a email to all of you with a link to the login page that Lisa showed you, and also with some instruction on creating an account. We may actually do that again for you. I think we're trying to right now more fully integrate the login with the membership option of the Wings website as well. But for the moment, we can just send you a link that takes you straight to the login screen. Turn it back over to you, Danielle.
I would like to ask you all answering the question if you can type in a question and answer that we have on your right screen, in the right part of your screen. Lisa and Gabby we're ready to answer. Questions? So there is one question that just came up. If you can talk about how members can track their viewership.
Hi, okay. Right, tracking viewership is going to be, you're going to handle that by, once you've logged into your account, you would click into, there's a link that says View Stats. And Gabi showed, the last slide Gabi showed, or second to the last slide, gave you kind of a matrix of the statistics that we keep on your listing. We track how many times someone has viewed that listing page, as well as viewed the or downloaded the listing, and so or downloaded your document. And so that's actually going to be, those numbers come from not only people accessing your page and downloading from, but also issue labs. So it's kind of a combined number. And then you're also able to see, every single account has an organization profile page, and we track how many times that's been clicked into, as well as how many times the link for your organization profile page has been linked to your website. And if that's been clicked, we track that. So you've got kind of 4 different metrics, and then for every listing that you created, you'll get statistics for those.
If you log into your account to add or edit listings, you'll see that there's a link to statistics as well. And actually, it'll come up when you get to your welcome page for into your account to add or edit.
So, if you can put your email address, Lisa, and your email address on the screen, that would be great.
Yeah.
Keep our eye. We'll be sharing that information with everybody that is here today.
Do you want me to go ahead and share my desktop?
Yeah, you can do that. And another question that is there for you guys is, there are more questions, and there's one question about if the Knowledge Center is for members of Wings only and also for members and those, and we cannot recommend others to learn from and also to participate.
we would love, like Wings, the Foundation Center really shares this mission of trying to, really trying to get our arms around the collective knowledge of the sector. And so we are excited to have as much work in the Knowledge Center as possible, in Issue Lab as possible, to then share with a broader audience. So any nonprofit can actually come to Issue Lab, create an account, and share their knowledge for free. The difference of what happens for you as a Wings member is a couple of things. The first is that when you add research as a Wings member, Daniela and Anna will be alerted that a Wings member has added research that might possibly want to be included in the Wings Knowledge Center. And so something that, if I was just a random nonprofit that added research to the system, Anna and Danielle wouldn't be alerted to that. They can, pull any research that they wish from the larger collection into the Knowledge Center, but they don't automatically be alerted. Instead, any nonprofit can add research to the system, and we can make it available in the Wings Knowledge Center or just to a broader audience. And we really do encourage nonprofits to do that. It's a terrific way to share your knowledge for free and to reach audiences that you just may not be able to reach otherwise.
Thank you. So there's another question here about if we can feature the script.
If you feature the script?
No, future the script, sorry.
Oh,
sure, there's any future about, yeah.
Not sure. We can send that link out. Is that the script that the question's about? This script at the top of the page is what the web developer or the person who maintains your site. Oh, if you filter the script. Got it. Sorry.
Okay.
Not automatically, no. I know what you're saying. It would just, you could actually sort of set up a particular criteria for what gets pulled into the feed. Right. This script is just automatically pulling in the latest titles added. If you wanted to customize the script, you touch with us and we could work with you on that. Right. I know that we've had, we do have some data partners that pull in particular things, so they only want titles from particular organizations, or right. They only want, so you could, for instance, actually automatically when you become, when you add research to the collection, you actually would get a separate link if you wanted to bring in your own research. You could do that, but if you wanted to bring in a custom group of titles from the Knowledge Center plus your own research, you'd have to get in touch with us.
And that actually would be great if people who are hearing our voices right now, if you have ideas for what you'd like to see, my guess is that more than one or two of you are going to have the same kind of things you'd like to see, and then what we could do is create some custom grabs that, that then you could just pick and choose. Because you'd be able to do more than one of these. You might, for different sections of your site, want to show some different kinds of content from these different, I keep calling it a grab.
But that's right.
Yeah.
If you only wanted research on community foundation.
Exactly. So I think if you do have some ideas and you think, I think it would be great to have this, or this kind of a display, we could probably put together a nice little package where you can pick and choose out of, some custom things that create. And if you still have, outside of those, you still have some needs that are met, we can certainly work with you to figure that out. Yep.
So I think we're done for today. So I would like to thank everybody again for being here. And I would like to thank Gabrielle and Lisa for presenting our new Knowledge Center. And if you do have more minutes, we'll be in the meeting, but we'll have a quick story If not, we'll send you a link and you can answer after. But thank you, and I hope to talk to you soon. Thank you.